Care of 51. Carry, you talking about my words carry power. I understand that, but the enemy always have numbers. And we gotta have numbers, God say. But the way things work, we have to keep focused. Yeah, my word carry power. Just because word carry power does not mean the people can deceive you and act like they love you. Even though your words carry power, your enemy will trick you. Yeah, 51, 511. Hey, God said we don't see much power when we tell a woman to come in. We don't have that much power with that. But God understands something. That because my word carry power does not mean they will deceive me. My enemy don't want to change in the spirit in 15 feet. They will act like they love me. And they don't. They will fool a man. A woman will fool a man when they not really interested. But I gotta have the power to keep meaning. My enemy was death upon me, but they also wish that I don't make it. Walmart. I have been told that my whole life. And I had to understand those things of where I'm coming from. I'm from New Orleans. It doesn't matter voodoo, whatever that is. But one God is my one God. God said, what can you do when business are bringing you down? What can you do when they control, the black and white control everything what you do? And the point where racism, we have to suffer with that. I don't get rid of the headache. And the headache don't exist, Karen. 511. But I had to understand the meaning of where we coming from. Society, they play their game and they don't want change. How can I tell somebody what they can't do and they telling me? I'm trying to understand the moment of the purpose of life to move in a new direction. I can't do that when old is in my way. When old is constantly in my way. Old friends, old businesses. Old businesses around me don't want to change. And God said, you got to change. You got to change with the wind. God said, you want a woman that can't get manipulated, that's have power. And I look for that in a woman. I look for a woman that don't play games, that don't listen to other niggas. When two spirits are open. Yeah, my word carry power, but my enemy, instead of trying to work against me, time, time. God said time. The enemy can do this, time. And they will delay justice. They will delay it by doing something they don't got no business doing. They word carry power with numbers when you don't have sergeants around and your army around to protect and keep you things. God only said, Hubert, all you have is your sight and your vision. While the enemy can't keep, while the enemy watch and wait. One thing, God never wished death up on nobody, but they wish death up on him. We have to understand that. God tried to reason with a lot of people, but a lot of people didn't want to reason with him. I tried to reason with Walmart. and people that don't see things the way they want to see it. But I had to understand, God understand, you got to move in a new direction. We're cleaning out old closets and cleaning out old, but that don't mean I'm hurting. But that don't mean I have to stop because of their words. The enemy can have people around them that don't believe, that can make them do anything while they sit on their throne and understand what God is trying to do. The enemy think they can just get paid $10,000 and do what they need to do and not have no remorse for what they do. Time, time of the essence. I need something real, and I don't got time for the fake and the lames. Carrie, 511. I need something real, and I'm looking for it. My enemies already preyed on my downfall. My enemy already did what they supposed to do. But let me tell you, it's time for justice to reign. It's time for God to reign. I can't let my enemy fall me in that trap. But God had to understand if he comes on, they love Boosie like they love Tupac, but who gonna love me like God and show the love that we need? A man's words can affect the whole crowd because he been in the game longer. But God said, I've been in the game longer too. They use my words in vain, so I use my words for good and things that wish upon on his kingdom. Yeah, my words carry power. Yeah, the enemy. I'm watching the enemy. But the enemy have to understand what I'm about. How can we understand when the enemy want us to fall? When they got billions, and God said, I got billions. Some people use my name in vain and they don't really love me. But they treat another good person wrong for profit. How can we understand those things and understand those meanings? I'm going to tell you something. Walmart wouldn't have heard me out if it won't be for Trump and Joe Biden. They wouldn't have heard me out at all. I'd be still imagining for them that Trump and Joe Biden wouldn't have stayed in. They wasn't even trying to give me a chance. But it took two powerful people and other people to step in because if they wouldn't have stepped in, they would still be buffooning. Lighting candles and chanting. Witchcraft is your words, the choice of words that you choose to use. Child of God, your words are powerful, more powerful than you know. A lot of you are practicing witchcraft every single day and don't even realize it. Witchcraft is not just lighting candles and chanting. Witchcraft is your words, the choice of words that you choose to use. Child of God, your words are powerful, more powerful than you know. You have the power to speak life or death in your life or someone else's life. So be careful. That's a word for someone. God is saying you're using the wrong choice of words. You're using too much words of doubt, of I don't have doubt and I don't have understanding. But God had to show me something in life where people sit behind power and abuse it. God had to understand something. He carried his power with him, but the numbers was greater than anything. The numbers were greater. And God, when he had to understand more when he passed it, but I don't have doubt. I have none but compassion, and I don't got a headache. I know I'm a win. But our enemy working, and I have to work every day. I have to work more and more every day. I have to work. But God said if I give my enemy that claim that they love me and they betray me over and over again, how can we sleep when we gotta move? We have to be on the move. We have to do what we need to do. And God understood that. God tell me, I need you to understand that when the enemy have doubts, I had to understand those things of where I'm trying to go. I need something powerful, a woman that can show me something. Not when I seen another fakes and other women. And trust me, we will get those things together. But sometimes God said we have to see the reality out of it, because if we get too delusional and let the society fool us, power of deception, power of not realizing reality can get us caught. Not keeping our eyes open can get us caught. Believing in their words and they lie to us and not keeping it. The only person that can keep his words is God. And that's the understanding of those things. But trickery and the spirit behind power and understanding. But it's hard to understand those things. So I had to understand, what can we do? I'm on a learn journey here. And we about to push the boundaries of what we can understand. But God said we have to understand the reality and wake up from it. But if I can't wake up from it, how can I know what is real? While they live a lie, how can I know what is real? And if I can't wake up from it, they want us to live in doubt. They want us to live in not reality, for they can keep abusing what they want to do. But I can't allow that to happen. I don't have doubt. But my enemy think they can get away. And I can't allow that. I don't have doubt. But God know people can fake their love for us when they bring us in. God said you have seen it too many times. God did not walk this earth blind. He walked this earth with a clear vision of what he see out of his children, him and Jesus see. So I had to understand that what those things is. I never doubted. I never doubted. But one thing God told me, not question what you see. Not question. Don't question what you see. Because if you put an imagination, no, they lied to you. Your mind have to stay focused when a society puts another picture of the human mind and the human. God said, I can't do nothing really, but God said, I have to paint the bigger picture when society don't want to act right. When they lie and do all of these things and play mind games and play jealousy and act like they want you. God said, we don't fall for that. Women, beauty is everything when they told Adam and Eve not to eat off the forbidden tree. And you know why they told Adam and Eve not off to eat of? Because that family tree didn't belong to him. They wasn't loyal enough to understand that tree. They didn't understand it. But let me tell you something. Some of them lies and don't understand the forbidden tree. But I'm not going to let a woman or anybody else deceive me like they did in Addison 2009. The world is fake. They did. I see the spirit. not love. Jealousy and just people crying for a little money and not love, not the understanding of love of God, not all of those things. But God said, if I allow a woman to use her beauty and act jealous in the spirit, what that'll mean? That woman want to get God and Jesus out the way. She had no intention of acting right. She had no intention of acting right. So I can't let her fool me with her beauty. I can't let deceive or racism. It's the topics that I must talk about. And other people are not on the same page as me. So I understand you. But God said we have to wake up and see because they plan the side of don't want to get along, don't want to understand. These women they need to, and God say, I see what I see. We can't walk blind in a business of walk blind in that. God said, you can't ask me to walk blind. You can't ask me to walk blind. The order to make change, you must wake up from it. You must understand it. You must get along with it. You must understand it. When your headache, it's not about a headache. It's about when you talk about a headache, that means when you only time you're gonna have a headache when you can't wake up to your reality. But you have to understand those journeys of what you're trying to go. But if I keep letting the behavior of those affect the way I'm trying to transition and let the way that society trying to picture me and the way that society trying to do me and the way they want me to be stuck in that little box it is. And you can't allow people, and the God said, you can't allow them. Your mind must be focused. It must be focused the whole time. I trust me. God said we didn't been through it. We didn't been through the testimonies. We didn't been through those things. Some people is not about helping. They're about taking. Not about letting a person be successful. And let me tell you, until you take people to court, that's the only way they're gonna. That's the only way they're gonna learn. That's the only way they're gonna learn. But I had to understand that what is the bigger power and the biggest gift of them all to understand what we're trying to do. And I can't understand that my teachers and them taught me at Newman Smith to carry with dignity and respect, but also to handle my business at 14. I was going to job, going to college at 14. And I had to understand those things. But I'm not walking with deception. A woman don't show that you love, they show their wicked ways. They only for what they can get and they'll trick you. Use dues and everything with that. I have to move forward in everything that I do. So I have to understand this cat. Carry 511. Karen. Things are not coming in so much as it's easy. But we can't let the world stop us. We can't let Texas, and baby, I can't do it no more. I can't do it no more. That's what I can't do. If I allow myself to go backwards, why can I move forward? Echo nothing backwards for me for disappointment and lies from Doodman Miller. Nothing backwards for me. No growth, no understanding. Lies and deception, people that want to take your spot and want to do those things. But I would not walk around him blind and walk around here when I see the spirit of my enemy. Until I find something, I'm looking for something powerful and understanding. And I can't find that this year because we got to move forward. Family don't understand, but we're going to do it while we balance ourselves. I told a girl on the Georgia line, she say she going to show me something. I've been with a lot of guys, but I've been with a lot of girls that didn't treat me right. They choose jealousy. They choose all of those things. I don't doubt myself. When God told Moses to paint the wall with blood, he know the non-believer was going to be amongst the believers. God know my enemy is hanging around me, to doing all of that thing, is walking around, driving around. God know these things. So I had to understand those goals and where I'm trying to go. Trust me, I grew up on voodoo and all of that stuff and reading books and all of that stuff, stories, that grandma story that people tell you on Halloween about the voodoo dolls and everything else. I grew up on those things. Working at a regular job with regular employees and managers that don't appreciate you. They don't know how to respect your boundaries. They don't know how to work with you. And that's the biggest problem that we have up in society. So, Carrie, 5115, I love your intelligence. I love your words. Thank you very much. I consider you as a co-worker. So, as a co-worker with God, as a disciple, as we together. But thank you. I listened to what you had to say. I went over the video about 5 or 3 times.